The journey of being crushed into clarity and humility. Now, one only knows the journey of attaining wisdom. The journey is previously understood as being of a harsh reality. But, as one is coming towards the ending times of it, as the healing begins within the walk, as the pain of not understanding of why matters of living are transpiring, the thought and felt before, harsh journey is now clearly perceived as pleasant. The reward of contentment brings the clarity which most find difficult to understand. What the human being has to accept is, the rewards of living does not come without suffering through some degree of pain for the purpose of evolutionary growth upon the spirit and the mind, for the benefit of knowing the fundamentals of being alive. Having to be and therefore becoming from before existing as an entity, into a living organism can only be expounded as a miraculous manifestation, as this is and has forever been a sacred creation, but asserted by religion to be of the origin of the God of the religious world. The connection and disconnection of the human family is one of an individual task, as we all are destined to come to know and understand ourselves, as we struggle to understand one another through times of fear, joy, sorrow and common human relationship. The time of the crushing has forever been committed by the harsh treatment of one to another in this complicated venture of attaining the rewards of contentment within various sections of our internal state. The place inside which is fulfilled of answers giving clarity, and no longer grieving the pains of not understanding of why matters transpire. With time proceeding as it does and must, and of as one is still living within time and its forwards motion, the human being comes to understand that, if one fails to have a clear understanding in the present, then there will be trials coming forth to weather through for the sake of one to understand objectively in the present, what him or her failed to understand clearly of the past. However, fulfillment in terms of coming to know, is the primary recompense for the journey as a whole. Many have come in these times asked, after all of this has been learned, then what else is there in regards to having to know all of these matters conclusively? What now? I have wondered of what else can it be afterwards? What else is it that has to transpire after coming to know this status of perception, and for what reasons are there forthcoming in having the need for having this information individually? One asks of the claimed forthcoming. Is there more suffering to understand and to know? Has certain information been given for the sake of clashing against what information is preconditioned to come? I have come to the conclusion in effects of my observation of human relationship that, information has never been a device for the creating a oneness of the human family. Information has forever caused divisiveness. So, one asks, is accumulating all of this information, even individually for the sake of coming to know that information, knowledge itself is futile? Was the universe correct when I died for 8 minutes 2014 when it claimed that, the mind is better at peace when it is void of any knowledge and only knowing nothing, and yet all living things, surpassing mere knowledge? Has the human family been cursed with knowledge? Was the Bible correct of when God told Adam not to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil? The knowledge of good and evil is obviously a constitution of information, which has a dual content, which in nature, clashing into one another in terms of perception, as well as one of a contravention possibility, if one does not properly understand all aspects of information which one is trying to express. This explains God's warning of the human being not benefiting from the accumulation of knowledge, as one has to wonder, even with through having accumulated knowledge, of how can this be so? I would have to say unfortunately, just look at the moral condition of our current society and of how further immoral it is becoming. This is through also this system of expression, as well as music and other venues of human utterance. All of which has in time become perverted and therefore exposing and exploitative. So, for what true reasoning is it to have attained all of this knowledge, information of God's, religious and political constitutions, if the earth abroad has not benefited of these areas of instruction? Has education in fact benefited the human mind? Or, has education caused all of what we see this day and all of what we have read through the historical accounts? This is the opening question submitted to you to observe without fear. Written by David Anthony Brayboy.